Joining us now to give their perspective on the race and how the hardships presented by this global pandemic could affect it is Diamond and Silk, the hosts of Crystal Clear on Newsmax TV. So this is actually becoming a little bit of a routine, I've noticed. A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the idea that Joe Biden was pivoting on the protests. And then last week, we were talking about how Joe Biden was pivoting on NAFTA. And now today, it looks like he's pivoting on the whole idea of a mask mandate. So I want to ask you two, what does this say about Joe Biden?
He's a liar, he's a hypocrite, and he's a flip-flopper.
That's right.
And then when I hear him say that he will go to the different governors, to the different states to mandate this, what about the will of the American people?
That's right.
Most Americans don't like putting that diaper on their face.
That's right.
Because it causes health problems.
That's right.
Some Americans can't wear that on their face. Why are you in such an uproar, making everybody wanting to wear masks with on a virus with a 98% recovery rate? And there's also therapeutic medicines to treat it. It does not make sense. Why do you have your feet on the necks of the American people?
That's right.
Is what we want to know. If somebody like this, Jim Crow Joe, get into office, y'all, if he mandate masks, he'll be mandating vaccines.
And that's a form of dictatorship, tyranny. That's somebody, when you look at those masks, that's a form of conformity, control. This has absolutely nothing to do with corona. This reminds me of the days of slavery.
That's right.
And he's trying to act like our master. Look, but we're no longer slaves, even though the Democrat Party is the party of slavery. What he got to understand is that we have what's called our First Amendment, our constitutional rights. We have freedom over here in this country. And if he don't like it, he can go try to be the president for Venezuela, but not the United States of America.
Be the president down there in his basement, and he can wear his mask down there.
That's
but
right.
most Americans, we're tired of it.
Yeah.
We're getting tired of this shit because they playing games with the American
people. And I view those masks, and I call them face diapers. And the only one that need to have that on their face is Joe Biden to catch all of that BS that keep coming out of his mouth.
And, we've actually had this conversation to some degree before. It wasn't too long ago, for example, when a lot of people were calling on President Trump to issue a nationwide lockdown order. And it wasn't too long after that where it was even brought into the suggestion that even some of the president's critics were saying that the president does not have that type of authority. It's up to the local governors on a state-by-state basis to implement that, the same way I'm assuming would be applied to a nationwide mask mandate. So this whole conversation may be moot to some degree anyway. I think it's just Joe Biden trying to take the opposite of approach of whatever President Trump is doing. And you can do that for now. But in just about 2 weeks, less than that even, we're going to see these two candidates take the stage and go head-to-head for the first time. What are you two looking forward to?
Well, at least, listen, I know my President Donald J. Trump is going to chew Jim Crow Joe up and spit him out like a Tic Tac. Now, the one thing we don't have to worry about, y'all, is Donna Brazile giving Jim Crow Joe the debate question. Why? Because if she give him to him, Jim Crow Joe gonna forget him anyway.
That's right.
So you ain't got to worry about that. What I would hope for people to do, I need somebody like a medical examiner or somebody to make sure, a doctor, check his eardrums, check his ear canal to make sure they're not hiding no device down in his ear that can give him any questions or that can give him any answers.
That's right.
But I think we're going to see a phenomenal debate, and we're going to get to see Jim Crow Joe for really who he is.
So get your popcorn ready.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are looking forward to that event. Even people who probably aren't involved in politics are really looking forward to that event. And because of the audience that it'll bring in, it could be a game changer in this debate. And in fact, when you bring up the question, for example, I think it's worth mentioning what you're talking about. In the last debates in the 2016 election, Donna Brazile did get caught giving a question to Hillary Clinton. And now, of course, she's at Fox News. And this upcoming debate, hosted by Chris Wallace at Fox News. Now, I don't want to speculate about anything like that. Chris Wallace, great journalist, everything like that. But when it comes to the two candidates, that's going to be a big part for the American people to really make the differentiation between them. So what is your message to someone who maybe right now is on the fence this election cycle?
Oh, my God. Instead of looking to these two candidates.
That's right.
If we look at President Trump, he has a record now. He's been in office almost 4 years, and he have a phenomenal record. Compare that to Jim Crow Joe, who's been in government for 47 years.
That's
President Trump said it right. I've done more in 47 months than Joe Biden has done in 47 years.
That's right.
Also, if you're on the fence, you need to jump off the fence, walk through the gate, and get on the Trump train. And you need to vote for Donald J. Trump. You need to vote right so you won't get left. Vote red, R-E-D. Remove every Democrat, and make sure you vote for Donald J. Trump.
That's right.
It seems hard to believe that there may be some people who are on the fence right now, but I remember people saying that back in 2016. How could you, for example, not be decided between Hillary Clinton and President Trump? But I think it's important to remember that not everybody is locked into the news cycle and locked into politics the same way that we are. So I think that when those debates take place, we're not only going to see independent voters maybe pick what side they want to be on, but people who aren't involved in politics finally say, you know what? I found my candidate, I saw what I was looking for during this debate, and now I know where I stand. So I think it's going to be really interesting to keep an eye on those developments just the days after that. But Diamond and Silk, as always, I appreciate you coming on the program, breaking down what you think that people should be looking for going into that highly anticipated event. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.